Hey guys, don't I have a treat for you today? This is one of the coolest things for such a great price point. This gun right here, it's a 22 LR. It is the cheapest gun you can buy, period. This thing costs $99. Nothing is cheaper than this thing is. There's one little pistol that they make. It's a single shot. You have to take the barrel off to shoot it. That's the only thing that's cheaper than this. But this thing is the Savage 64F. This gun is such a good deal at that price point. It's semi-automatic, 22, fun gun to plink with, $99. You can't beat that. It's such an amazing deal. But today I'm going to talk about all I like about it, all I dislike about it. Overall, I like it. I'm nitpicking most of the time, but first off, this is not a professional gun by no means. This is not the most accurate, it's not the fastest. It's just a fun, good plinking gun that if you bought, it's going to last forever. First off, I'm going to start on what I like about this gun. First of all, it's a really good quality little gun. Like the barrel, I'm not a big fan of the synthetic stocks, but for $99, what do you expect? You're not going to get a walnut stock for $99, let's be honest. And you could buy an aftermarket stock for this. They do make them, but you're going to be looking at spending $180 on a $99 gun. You might as well just buy one with a wooden stock from the factory for $200, $300. Another thing I like about this is that it's semi-automatic, which means every time you pull the trigger, it fires. You don't have to cock it or nothing. It just shoots. Another thing I like about this is it's a good looking little gun, because all the Savages look the same basically, which I'll show you here in a bit, the comparison between this and a more expensive gun that Savage makes, which is basically the same looking gun. And you cannot beat the price point. That's another thing that's a big like for me, is the price point of this. Anyone who wants to plink or something like that can buy this for $99. You could work one day at a job and get $99 enough to buy this, which is crazy, in one day, which is nuts, because most guns, if you look for anything decent, you're going to be looking at spending $400 on a 22 if you want one that's quality and good. Now, the things that I do not like about this gun is the magazine release. It's up in front of the magazine, which I don't like. Most guns have the magazine release behind it, so you can easily pull it and pull it out. But this one, it's awkward. You have to put your hand in front of it, pull this forward, this little tab, and then it drops out, which it's kind of a pain. It's probably why it's $99, because they realized that after the fact. Another thing I do not like about this gun is you can disassemble it, but you have to unthread the barrel and all that just to take it all apart to get into it, which is kind of a pain, which means you have to like turn the barrel off, and after that the back end is sealed, so you can't pull any of the springs out the back or nothing. Everything comes out the front, which is a pain. I do not like that at all. I like my guns where I can take them apart, but for $99, what do you expect? And another thing I don't like about this gun is the synthetic stock, which, like I said, it doesn't bother me that bad, but I really like wood stocks. I don't have that many guns with wood stocks, but I wish I did, because they're a lot nicer to hold. They're feel more hefty and actually feel more quality, but you gotta live with what you got. Semi-automatics themselves are not as accurate as a bolt-action rifle, because a bolt-action rifle, you're locking the bolt in, so whenever that fires, that bolt's holding that shell in place while it shoots out, and it does not release the bullet until you eject it, which means that the bullet stays in there. You get more FPS out of a bolt action, and because of that, the bolt on this is getting pushed back as it fires, which ejects it automatically, which is more fun to play with, definitely, but not as accurate as a bolt action rifle. And here's the big kicker for me. This is what makes me the most mad about this gun, is the magazine. Not just the release, but the magazine itself. All they have is a 10-round magazine for this. They do not make aftermarket magazines. I wish they did. I've contacted them to see if they were thinking about making aftermarket magazines, because we'd like to see some 25-round magazines and stuff like that for this gun, which would make it so much of a better deal if they did. But no one makes them, so you're stuck with a 10-round magazine. And if you want to buy extras, they cost, I think, like $25 a piece. $25 for a magazine is not cheap. especially most magazines, like I can get them for the Savage Mark II for $10. So $25 for this is really steep, but it's a really heavy magazine. That's one thing I thought was weird about this. The magazine's solid. Look how thick the walls are on it compared to a smaller. See, it's like stamped metal versus thick metal. Look at the difference there. It's crazy. But the biggest drawback to me is definitely they don't have extended magazines. You're stuck with 10-round magazine, which is pretty lame, but you got to live with it, I guess. Now I was going to show you guys, I was going to compare their guns. See, this one is the Savage Mark II, and if you wanted to buy one of these, it's going to cost you $250 minimum to buy this rifle, without the scope and bipod, obviously. Just the rifle itself is $250. If you look at this one and this one, they're identical, completely identical, minus the action in the back. It's the same barrel, same stock. The stock's a little bit different on the front, but it's not that different. But $99, $250. And this one is a bolt action, so it's nowhere near as fun as a semi-automatic like this. And for $99, which I'll show you here in a bit how fun a semi-automatic is. They're really fun to shoot. Okay, so we're loaded. Let's take the safety off and let's have some fun. I'm going to shoot for the farthest target. Let's see if I can hit it. Hit. Now the second closest. Oh, miss. Hit. And the closest. Hit. Now the little ones, I don't know if I'm going to be able to hit them with this thing. We'll see. We'll try. Here we go. And that was a direct hit. Man, I'm getting good at shooting with this thing. But let me show you why semi-automatic's fun. Okay. I'm just going to aim for the closest orange one right here. That's why it's fun. Okay guys, you're on my head now. I filled up a gallon of milk right there with water. So we're gonna unload 5 rounds into it because I don't want to make all the neighbors mad. So here's that target I was shooting from up there. But let's shoot this gallon of milk right here. Let's shoot this thing up with 5 rounds. You ready? So fun. It never gets old. Look at that. Well, anyways, guys, that was my short review on the Savage 64F. It's a cool little gun if you like to plink and stuff like that. It's a really fun gun to shoot. Shoots very fast. I didn't want to shoot that much because I do have neighbors. I don't want to make them mad. Anyone would be the same way I am, I hope. But that's it. I hope you guys like the video. I plan on making more. I will be posting every few days or so. Not every day, but every few days. But thank you for watching. I hope you like it, and hit the like button or the dislike button, whichever. I mean, if you don't like me that much, you can hit the dislike button, I guess. But I hope you guys have a good day. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.